Hello everybody. I'm feeling a little bit better, so I decided I'd go ahead and fix my, what most people call it, braised boneless short ribs, beef short ribs. But we're going to take it a step further, and I'm going to sprinkle some salt on my ribs. That's what I wanted to hear, the sizzle. We're going to braise these a little bit. And I got it on kind of high heat. In fact, maybe we should move the camera over here so you can see down in the pot, maybe. Get you a good look down in there. I'm going to preheat my oven to 300. 325, 300, somewhere along in there. And you can definitely cook these in your slow cooker, but even though it'll take a couple hours to cook them in my Dutch oven, it'll be quicker than in the crock pot. And I want these for dinner tonight. Got to put my pepper on them. And they're cut in a way that if you turn them, you can pretty much brown them on all four sides. And that's what I'm going to try to do. I got beef bouillon. That's what I was digging out of the cabinet over there. going to put about a tablespoon, a heaping tablespoon of bouillon in there to make a good cup of bouillon. I forgot to get my celery. These are going to be good, I think. I know a lot of you like to cook stuff in the crock pot. And like I said, you can do this in the crock pot. But I want mine quicker than cooking them all day. Because I didn't get these started this morning. It's already after 3 o'clock. And I want these done by dinner. So cooking them in this Dutch oven will get them done for dinner tonight. And these short ribs were like, this whole package was only $11.24, which I don't buy that type of beef that much all the time, but occasionally I like some good beef, and I wanted some short ribs, so. And this is going to make several meals. Now, while they continue browning, I'm just going to chop up my celery. I'm just going to hold it over the pot. It says to put about a half of a yellow onion, but I'm using my Egyptian walking onions, and I've got 4 small ones that I'm just going to chop right up in here. This is what I call a one-pot meal. A one-pot preparation. I'm going to put in my cup of chicken broth. Now you can certainly use beef broth, and you know, I've put beef broth in it before, but I find that it gets it too strong with the taste of beef. So I prefer to use chicken stock, or you know, chicken broth. Now I've got this part of a can of tomato paste that I had opened and started using the other day. And there's about 3 tablespoons in here, and that's what I'm going to add to my pot. Didn't mean to get it on the counter. Can't take me anywhere. Trying to stir this tomato paste in here. I'm going to add just a little bit of garlic. About a tablespoon, not a tablespoon, a teaspoon. Now I'm going to add a little bit more water because it's a little bit thick. So that was actually a cup of water, a cup of chicken bouillon, a half of a small onion, or you can use several small Egyptian onions, whichever you want, a stalk of celery, and I'm going to put in their carrots are already washed, they're already peeled, they're right ready to cook. And I'm not putting this whole bag in there, but I will put quite a few. There, that's good. I've already got my oven preheating. I got it to like 325. Put the lid on my pot, my Dutch oven. Oh, I need to get my gloves. That's a no-no. You gotta have your gloves. Can't touch that pot. And I probably need to move my rack down a little. I forgot to, there, that'll be good. And I'm gonna cook it for about an hour, hour and a half. And then we'll come back and I'll show you what else I'm gonna do. Okay, my timer went off. My boneless ribs have been in here for an hour and a half. So I'm going to take them out and check them. Ooh, that's hot. They're pretty tender. Guess you can see them. And I am going to taste this, just the seasoning. It's pretty good. Now I got a handful, and this is all I had, or I'd put a few more in there, of the red potatoes, the little spring red potatoes. So I wanted to cook them, so I'm going to add them to it. Now you can make cream potatoes and, you know, thicken your gravy and then serve it over the top. And I'm going to do that too. But I wanted to cook these few potatoes in here as well. Because if I decided to freeze a bowl of it, the red potatoes will freeze a lot better than the other ones. Now, I'm just going to put the lid back on it. And I'm going to put it back in the oven and cook it for another hour on 300 degrees. In the meantime, I've got a few potatoes that I did cook over here. Need to get the water out of them. And I did cook them in the microwave. This is hot because I cooked them in that bowl. Now I need to get, I don't know if I got milk open or not. I don't think I have. So I'm going to go get a can of milk. bought evaporated milk, and because I use that in my cooking all the time. And guess what? It was on sale for $1 a can, and usually it's almost $2 a can for it. So I think I lucked out. I bought 6 cans, so I have plenty for cooking. That's cooled down a little bit. I'm gonna get my potato masher, because I don't have it just a little bit. I cooked 2 little potatoes, so I'm just gonna make some creamed potatoes with two baking potatoes. That'll be plenty. Oops. And it's just that easy when your potatoes are cooked. Got a mess here because I got potatoes everywhere. I'm going to put some butter. Where did I put my butter? I've lost my butter, y'all. Well, my margarine. I was corrected on that. But anytime I use margarine, butter, you name it, I call it butter. Put a big scoop of that in there. You can use margarine, you can use whole butter, whatever you want to use. Feel free. Now I want that butter melted a little bit before I add my milk. But it's just that easy, y'all. If you want to make creamed potatoes for just 1 or 2 people, peel you a cup of potatoes, put them in a microwave proof bowl that has a lid, add a little bit of water, and cook them for about 10 minutes. That will give you perfectly cooked potatoes that you can mash and turn into creamed potatoes. I'm going to add just a little bit of milk. And it doesn't take much milk. And I don't usually put salt or anything on my creamed potatoes until I get ready to eat them. Taste them. That's good. So when my ribs come out of the oven, I'm going to clean this bowl up because it did boil over a little bit. I mean, that's just par for the course. When you put a bowl with water in the microwave, it may boil over if you cook it for very long. It bubbles up very much. So that's to be expected, but it comes off pretty easy. Some of it went underneath. there it goes. I'm going to go ahead and wash the top of it because I want it to look nice. Just going to put it on the back of the stove. And I've got my creamed potatoes to go with my ribs and my gravy. Because I'm going to thicken that gravy up a little bit. It's going to be so good. And like I said, you could eat it with the few potatoes that I put in the pot with the ribs. Or you can make your potatoes to the side. It's totally up to you. And with this type of a sauce, with the ribs, you can even cook a pot of rice and serve it on rice. Either way. But I'll bring you back in about an hour and we'll check on them again. Well, my ribs have been in there for almost another hour. They need to be in there for probably about another 7 minutes. But I'm going to take them out and check them. Because I want to check my potatoes. Yeah, I think the potatoes are nice. Now, I am just going to add about a tablespoon or so of honey, just plain raw honey. And I'm going to add about a tablespoon or so of apple cider vinegar. And I'm going to stir it up. Now at this point, if you need to thicken your gravy, you can, but mine seems like it's plenty thick enough already. So I'm not gonna thicken it up any. I'm gonna leave it just like it is. Go ahead and turn my oven off. And I am going to plate me up some. Get my camera back a little bit. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and taste this. I don't know if I've got my vinegar and my honey mixed up good enough or not. Let's see. Mmm. That is so good, y'all. Now I'm going to get me a spoon so I can get some of my gravy out on my potatoes. Get some of my carrots out. I'm going to get me a piece of this rib, boneless rib. Look at that, y'all. Don't that look good? Dear Lord, bless this food I'm about to eat. Bless all the YouTubers out there in need of prayer. Bless my family, my friends, and bless this food I'm about to eat. Amen. Look at that. It just falls apart. Here, I'm going to get over here. My timer is just about ready to go off. So I'm going to lower my camera so y'all can get a good look at my plate. If I can get it lowered here. Don't that look good? Oh my gosh. Look at that. But that beef, it just falls apart. Y'all take a bite. And it's coated with sauce. Oh my God. That is so good. That was well worth the wait. Get some of these potatoes. Y'all take another bite. Those carrots are done. Y'all have a carrot? So good, y'all. Bring you over here and let you see it closer. Look at that. Boneless beef ribs with mashed potatoes and the gravy on it. And all that gravy was made right in the pot with the spare ribs and the onions, the celery, all the other spices and ingredients, and my carrots. And like I said, I do have, let me get one of the red potatoes out, a little one. See, I did cook the little red potatoes in there that I had. I didn't peel them or anything. I just washed them good. And those are really good cooked in this, because you can freeze those red potatoes after they're cooked. Y'all have a little red potato. It's a little hot. But y'all need to try that. It's so simple. A one-pot meal, basically. other than making your little potatoes. And like I said, I did those in the microwave. Peeled them, put a little bit of water in the microwave soup-proof bowl with a lid, put them in there for 10 minutes, and my potatoes are done. All I had to do was mash and put a little bit of butter and milk, and I got creamed potatoes, y'all. So try it. It's an easy enough meal. You'll love it. And we'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for spending time with me in my videos. Love y'all. Bye now.